We did it. We got some B-side goodness in chapters 1, 2, and 3. And even though, I'll say it, even though it has a little bit of time shenanigans, I am riding a high off of completing chapter 2, B-side. Let's try chapter 4. As I said, going forward, I am doing these maybe I don't even need to pressure myself with speedrun timer for this one. But I am gonna be more sampling B-sides going forward. I am definitely no longer promising that I'll actually complete each one of them, but I do want to at least try them. And you know what? I got this weird feeling that I am totally going to be able to do at least a couple more of these. So I'll probably start with... We do gotta get to the end of this game eventually. So I'll probably start with a 15 to half hour session on each B-side, and if I'm feeling pretty good about it, I'll continue onward from there. But after that point, I do got the digression to end it any time. And man, you know what? Can we take a minute to just take in this music? Because this just has a completely different tone from any B-side that we've seen before. Okay, where were these platforms before? You know what? This might be a good time to just take in the music. What is with this platforming anyways? It's so strange yet so wonderful. Kinda like the music. Why did I dash right into the spikes? I guess I gotta start talking eventually, but what do I even say? This song is just so amazing. And why is this not... Yes, JackitK, they put spikes on the bottom of that area. Why would they not do spikes at every opportunity, and how would you not realize that that's spikes as well? You just got done telling yourself they're doing spikes at every single opportunity. That includes the opportunities that you may have overlooked a little earlier on. Fruit. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. This is an area that's actually gonna, require me to be precise with my stamina usage. Yuck. I say that, but, those sections do have some interesting platforming elements sometimes. So I welcome it, but I will also dread it. Might as well get in practice now. Note to yourself, JackitK, while you're editing. You can take out what I'm saying now, but do not, I repeat, do not forget to actually put in the effort to try to sync up this music to the gameplay when you're doing your death montage. Please let me get my dash back. Ah, shoot, I actually needed it for over... Now I gotta somehow get this dash. Okay, I think I see how I can get it back. Possibly. Thank goodness that was a bubble. Well, I guess we were gonna get these stupid platforms eventually. It is a B-side. It is a part of this chapter. But my god, I don't miss them. I think this might be one of my new favorite songs. If nothing else, this song makes it well worthwhile that I tried to hold back on listening to this game's soundtrack for so freaking long. I restricted the amount of music I could listen to while going through the Celeste playlist, specifically so I could do these B-sides as blind as possible, and there's just something magical about going through this stage with this song that just makes all those impatient days of endurance all the worthwhile. If only I could stop making stupid mistakes as I'm doing it. Speaking of stupid mistakes, can I momentum jump off the bubbles? Because that would make all the difference for this section. I was gonna say don't you freaking die on me. And let's get to business to defeat the Huns. Come back, Lucky. Hey, I like your color of hair, Spikes. We're twinsies. And that's how you know you done screwed up. When you have twinsy hairs with the spikes that are supposed to kill you. Because your lack of hair means death. In the same way that those spikes mean death. Yay! Time for the real part. I'm gonna dash, because it's kind of pointless because I can just get it back. Well, I'm glad this area feels easy now, because I know that this is the first B-side room with these blocks, so it's only gonna get worse from here. I'm glad that this doesn't seem so bad anymore. It'd be nice if I could also actually, you know, beat it, do it. But it is what it is. Oof. You know what? This reminds me of something which I'll probably bring up the next time I actually feel like I'm gonna make progress in this level. Don't you dare die on me now, block. We've been through the song and dance before. This reminds me a lot of Bramble Blast from... How did that not count as going through? Oh, might as well finish the story. If I can not die for just 2 seconds. 2 seconds is all I need before I can actually continue onwards. Thank you, Kate. This reminds me of Bramble Blast from Donkey Kong Country 2. A stage with wonderful music, but a hard gameplay mechanic where the music just makes you forget that you're going through any sort of difficult challenge and just makes it feel like you're playing a game. Granted, the tones between this and Bramble Blast are very, very different, but it's definitely a very similar feel at the end of the day. Like listening to the music of... What I'm trying to say is the music, as you're listening to it, sounds very different from Bramble Blast. Therefore, like listening to them separate from the gameplay may result in a different experience, but playing the game with the music, I get a very similar feel of just like, you can do it, the song. Playing Twinsies with the spikes again, I see. How? Is the depth perception in my television really that bad that I can't tell when it's squeezing through the spikes and when it's not? Did it! Oh, that just happened! I gotta stop doing that, that's not giving my voice. Oh my god. My slippery big thumbs strike again. That doesn't even faze me anymore. I just hit my peak. That was the worst thing I've ever done in this stupid video game. And I'm enjoying every last minute of the bowl. Well, at least it didn't take me too long to actually beat it for real. That was just the first room of these things. Yay. Oh, this one I can't move. Now we're actually taking keys from Donkey Kong Country and going through spiky areas. Okay. I get what I gotta do, so let's do it. And not die. Oh no, I forgot, this is the level that introduced the strong winds. Why do I gotta worry about this on a B-side? That is not good for anyone's health. And you know what the worst part is? They're gonna introduce all the elements. The bubbles, the wind, and worst of all, the platforms. And if only I could like momentum jump off the bubbles, that'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely need to save my dash for that area. So let me try to climb my way back over there. Actually, I don't think I ever answered my own question of if I can momentum jump off the bubbles. Actually, I may be approaching this the complete wrong way. There we... It's definitely the way I'm supposed to do it, but it doesn't really feel that different from the way I was doing it. Oh, there was a tiny little platform over there this whole time. Nice to know that this is not the hard part of the room, at the very least. The tiny platform that the wind keeps pushing off of. Now that's the hard part of this room. And in case you didn't tell, this level has passed my check for the is it worth going beyond 15 minutes for? And it's on the is this worth going beyond 30 minutes for? And only because I'm just having so much fun with it. If only because of the music alone. Plus I feel so good at these freaking levels now. This is like chapter 4 and yet I feel like I'm able to pull things off so much well. Wait, all the spikes, what? Oh, I have to ride this stupid thing all the way up. And I get one dash step right at the end where I can refresh it. Wow. And I just realized, how am I supposed to refresh my stamina? Here we go. I'll find out as we go, I guess. Okay. There's a spring. I gotta get to the other side of it somehow, too. Okay, that's probably where I probably use my dash around here to try and get to the other side. Actually, maybe I can beat the platform and use my dash. That's not a bad idea. I just gotta move a lot faster if I want to implement it. Okay, go, 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 go! Dang, I was so close yet so far. But no, it can't be over there that I actually have to beat it. Also, I did dumb and I really needed to hit the spring to refresh my stamina. Oh, there's just... the area of error is so narrow. which is exactly why I decided to dash into diagonals, because there's so much room for error. Okay, that's how I do it. But frick, I have to get back over on the other side. That... Okay, now you got me at a complete loss game. Ugh. You're just a grand mystery to me. How? I guess there's like just barely enough room on the right side. But as I said before, I have not figured out how you get over to the right side again. Apparently like that, I gotta remember how I kept not using a dash for so long. And use my dash somehow to get over there right at the end. Okay, let's go. Let's beat this platform to the spring this time. Man, my movement was so smooth that one time, so why am I doing it now? Oh yeah, and that's right, I don't need the platform to get over to the left side at first. In fact, the whole way I am gonna accomplish this room is to beat this freaking platform and not diagonal myself into every single spike that I see. And yet, like, my instincts are betraying me and making me wait for the stupid thing even though I don't know I don't need it. Oh, I don't even need my dash until, like, right over there where... Okay, I think I get what to do at the very least now. Just a matter of if I can get my reflexes up to do it. So glad I'm playing this game now and not like when I'm old where I can't do this sort of stuff of just jumping from one side of the platform to the other. You know, I never intentionally tried the retry button until now. It's a clear momentous occasion here at JackitK Studios. The first time I am doing the pressing of the B side button. I know it sounded like I said depressing because it is. Oh no! But I gotta somehow conserve my stamina more. Do they really expect me to wall jump for all this area? Get it. I know what I gotta do, except for the fact that I don't have enough stamina to do it. I must have to wall jump a little more than I'm doing, because otherwise there's no way to get the stamina to last this whole time frame. I'm about approaching half an hour anyway, so it might be a good time to take a break. Especially with it being 10 o'clock, you know. Take an hour to chill. Maybe come back to another day, another session. I wonder there was like something that could refresh my dash in a little sec. So I'm not totally reliant on... There we go! Oh my god! I did it! There's no way that's even close to the last room. And I gotta get all these with this. I mean, this is not as bad as some of the rooms, but oh no. Well, time to go silent for another half hour. Oops. Well, I guess that's not fair. I'm not sure if I got a chance to talk about it on the last B-side. So if only I could remember and cut this out if I don't remember. But I should be able to remember what I want to talk about in Chapter 2 B-side. It is related to... Well, that's not how you do that section. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask the viewers about how they've been thinking about my approach with the editing with this series. Like, there's been so many times that I felt like I needed to leave myself a section for post-commentary, because I just feel like that they're... Because I kind of abandoned the note idea about halfway through the series. It makes me feel like that there's just something I'm forgetting to say, something really important that I just can't remember to say. So I leave myself plenty of room to post-commentary in the hopes that I can actually remember, get everything that I want to say out. Because this game has a lot of elements to it that I think are worth talking about. This is probably like the most influential game that I feel this is the most influential game I've done on the channel. Despite its new-ish feel and all. Like, the one time I need to go out diagonal is of course the only time I remember not to go out diagonal. I don't know, maybe I'm being way too ambitious about it, but it just feels like that. I guess the emotional connection has something to do with it too, but I feel like this game just needs to have everything that needs to be said about it and have it said right. And it's more important for me to do that with this series than any other game I've commentated in the past. And I guess it's just a lot of it has to do with the strong emotional connection that I have with it. Okay, this is not gonna be the part of the room I die in. Thank you. Okay. This does not seem like it'll be hard. I just need to dash up here. Bum, bum. Is it just my imagination, or do a lot of the platforming segments in this level seem to match up with the music too? Like, there's been times I've had the jumping my steps with this music line up perfectly, or stepping with the tiny steps here match up perfectly with the game. I mean, it could just be a situation where any song would line up pretty well with the jumping of those steps if put in the right situation, but I don't know. It just feels like that this is special somehow. Yes, I probably should dash further away, otherwise I will hit those spikes and I won't be able to progress any further to try out different ways. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And that's a checkpoint. And it's half an hour, so maybe we can time it off, but like, what if I'm right at the end? What if I'm missing out on something amazing just right around the corner? And I do feel like I'm doing pretty good with this B-side. Like, at least if these B-sides get harder every single one I do, at least it feels like I'm getting better as a player every single one I do. Because in some senses, it feels like the B-sides are getting easier as I'm going through them. But I know it's not the game being harder. It's just that I'm more familiar with the elements of these games, getting better at being more precise with the platforming. And that's just part of the beauty of this element of the game. Like, it doesn't even tie to the storytelling, but it ties to just how well the game design is. You gotta dash here, man. I just have like just enough momentum to get through that section, which was why it was a bad thing for me to just like waste it. Okay. Why am I screwing up on the easy part? I mean, don't answer that, because if I had the freaking answer, I would have gave it by now, because I've had plenty of time to ask that question. And I'm sure I have asked that question plenty of times. I was just talking about... Of course I'm struggling right when I just talking myself up about just how much better I've gotten at this game over the course of doing this playthrough. Man, is that like a vocal track to it? I didn't mean to replicate the voice. That was just a genuine reaction that I would have had regardless of the song. Okay, barely enough. Yes. And of course it's not over. It's a B-side. It's all the hard part. This just requires way too precise timing. Way more precise timing than I would expect. Thankfully, I think it's just the first and that fourth one that are gonna be a pain. Granted, maybe I'm approaching it wrong. Maybe I could like get to it like that too. I could, but that requires pretty much rewiring the way I go through this, perhaps, possibly. I mean, I don't know if that's the right way, but it's certainly an easier way. Yeah, it could be the right way because it helps with this section. And it's definitely necessary for that last one. I don't know if it'd be cheating, but I wish I could have a progress meter so I know if it's worth keeping going through with this or if I should just take a break and come into it during my next recording session. Alright. But until I make an executive decision to stop, I should at least keep trying. Why have I forgotten what I gotta do already? Oh yeah, it's that. Thank you, reflexes, for kicking in. Reflexes. Handling the parts of your memory that your brain just can't remember, even though your brain is the one that's whose job is supposed to be this sort of thing. Trademarked by JackitK Incorporated and Friends. And mocked. And I can feel all the caffeine running out because I'm getting tired and just like mumbling random nonsense. Speaking of random nonsense, oh joy, I know where this bowl is going. Remember, whenever you touch the ground, you get your dash back. This is not Chapter 7, so I should be a lot more lenient with my platform. Oh, man, and speaking of all these reminders of Donkey Kong Country stages, this just sings reminder to another Donkey Kong Country game. Alright, let's get all these going. As I was going to say, it can only help. And oh man, there's momentum jumping off these blocks. Of course, there's momentum jumping off pretty much every square surface, but I just get the feeling it's gonna screw me off at the worst time. Like, it didn't screw me off there, but it's gonna. One of these times I die is gonna be because of this momentum jumping. Yet I don't know if I'll ever be willing to admit when that happens. Oh man, that momentum jumping almost screwed me over, speaking of which. Hey, I cleared the room though. I wanted to see what's up here. Okay, go up. And okay, I gotta like clear this out of the way so the big block can keep going up. Then what, do I really gotta just climb up all the way? Or will the block go through the scenery? Only one way to find out. Get out of here, you stupid block. My true friend block is coming. How? Oh wait, no. I know. That block moves when I grab it from the side? Okay, at least I got the idea down really quickly. I gotta be careful not to crush myself. Gotta be careful not to run out of stamina. There's so many ways this can go wrong. And yet I prefer to some of the stuff that I've had to do with blocks up to this point. Alright. Let's start moving this baby, because every second I'm not moving this thing, is a second I can use to refresh my stamina. Oh yeah, that's spikes. Oh, there was no block down there. Because it didn't come back yet. Of course. Ugh. Is it like this moment I stop standing on top of it is when that frickin' other block respawns? Because that seemed way too quick. Screw you, this is all your fault. Oh, this game finds new ways to surprise me every day. Okay, push you back for JackitK. Maybe it's time to take a break soon. So you know they're gonna do these stupid block puzzles with the bricks eventually, and that's when you are gonna be a real Sand Panda. So don't you wanna like take a chance to enjoy the game before it becomes a total another butt? Personally, I do. Get out of here. Progress is progress. Aha! Sneak attack from above. You never saw it coming. As I get the feeling that I done fuck up. She never saw it coming. As the block spawned right on top of her head, crushing her to death. Yes, rather unfortunate. Never saw it coming. Never saw it coming. God, that's the part where you die if you don't get over the other side. Pull you for here. Please don't screw this up. Now, it's probably not even worth. Of course it's you again, my old nemesis. Here to screw everything up again, right when I was at the frickin' end. Why didn't I grab the edge? No. I can still salvage this life. These are sad hops. You know, one more try, and then I'm gonna take a break, unfortunately. It's been so long as is. I gotta hold myself to that, don't I? Whoop. See you later.